Hi guys, I'm Swati Mashramani and you're watching Life of Swati YouTube channel. So today's video is inspired by so many free goodies that I got from Milk Basket, that of Mamaearth's. I got so many Mamaearth's oil-free moisturizer and they claim to be natural, something which I like. I'm all into clean products, clean brands, something which is from nature. I'm all into DIYs. So I actually, as a conscious customer, wanted to scrutinize the ingredients that are present in the Mamaearth's oil-free moisturizer, and I also want to educate you to read the labels behind your products and understand what each ingredients mean for you and how they would act on your skin. Having said that, so when I read the term oil-free, I was irked because I do not really believe in oil-free. You know that good oils for your face are actually rich on vitamin A, B, C, K, like whatnot. Like sea buckthorn oil, like raspberry oil, like tamanu oil, like rosehip oil. So I do not understand the term oil-free moisturizer being sold for acne-prone skin or oily skin. So the first ingredient in the Mamaearth's oil-free moisturizer is water, and the second ingredient is cetyl octanoate. Now what is cetyl octanoate? Cetyl octanoate is a mixture of fatty acid esters and it resembles that of the preen gland secretion of aquatic animals. Now you know that the aquatic animals have water repelling properties, just know that, and that is why cetyl octanoate also has water repelling properties. That means it would form a film on your face and it would not be readily washed just by splashing water. So you would be able to wash this moisturizer with the help of an oil based cleanser or a balm, but I don't think that just a water based cleanser would be able to clean the moisturizer once you put this on, because this moisturizer has cetyl octanoate which has water repelling properties. At the same time, I would like to tell you that cetyl octanoate makes the product spread very easily on your face. It improves the dry skin condition, but it is synthetic and it is not derived from any trees and it is not coming from nature. It's synthetic and lab made. And the next ingredient is neopentyl glycol diheptanoate, which actually gives slip to the skin. This contains a lab-derived ingredient which is neopentyl glycol mixed with the grape-derived ingredient heptanoic acid to form neopentyl glycol diheptanoate. It gives slip to the skin. It actually acts as a thickener and it also will make your skin softer. So the first three ingredients, that is water, cetyl octanoate and neopentyl diheptanoate, these are all just, they're not nutritionally rich as such, but they would definitely make your skin appear softer and they'll make your face appear silky smooth, because these are the properties of these ingredients. And the next ingredient is glyceryl stearate citrate. What is glyceryl stearate citrate? It's an emulsifier and it helps combine oils and water better, but also it's a skin softener. How it's made, the lemon derived acid, citric acid, when it's combined with the coconut derived comedogenic acid, stearic acid, alone on its own stearic acid is comedogenic, but citric acid and stearic acid, when they're joined with a bridge of glycerin, you get glyceryl stearate citrate. It will make your skin soft. So what I understand from the first four ingredients is that this moisturizer contains ingredients which will make your skin appear silky, smooth, soft, improve the dry skin condition, but it doesn't have any nutrition as such from the first four ingredients that I've read. So it won't really harm your skin, but would not really provide your skin with any vitamins. And the next ingredient is glyceryl divihinate. It is again a lubricant which is used in the pharmaceutical industry. It's also used in tablets as a lubricant, and so this will actually help dry skin condition. It's made from glycerin and bohemic acid. There's nothing natural about it. It's all synthetic and lab made. Next ingredient is cetostearyl alcohols. Cetostearyl alcohols. So basically these are predominantly mixture of cetyl and stearyl alcohols, and they derive from coconut, palm, soy. It's basically a dry skin moisturizer, and also your Cetaphil moisturizer contains cetyl alcohol. So it's okay, it's derived from natural resources and it's just a basic moisturizer. Methyl glucose sesquicierate is the next ingredient, and methyl glucose sesquicierate is safe, it's chemical, and but it is meant to give that satiny feeling, silky feeling to your skin. There are a lot of ingredients in this moisturizer which are just, you know, for moisturizing your skin or to give that silky feeling to your skin, and one of the ingredients is this. And the next ingredient is one more chemical. I'm actually searching for something natural, but it's just chemicals. That is dicaprylyl carbonate, and you find this kind of chemical in many ingredients. It's safe for the skin, but it's lab derived and it's a dry emollient, so it will moisturize the skin. Yeah. And the next ingredient is glycerin. Glycerin is so good. Like, according to me, instead of using 10-15 chemical emollient or moisturizers, why don't we just mix glycerin with water and put on your skin? It really moisturizes. At least it moisturizes my skin. I really like glycerin. But so it also has glycerin in it, which is a natural ingredient, and I like it. Thank you for that. And the next ingredient is propanediol. Guys, propanediol is an emollient, again moisturizer, but PDO recognizes this as a skin irritant. So if you kind of use a lot of propanediol, it might irritate your skin, but it is still deemed safe to be used in cosmetics for the small amount that it is being used. The next ingredient, you guys, is apple cider vinegar. So apple cider vinegar is natural. It is made from apples, and apple cider vinegar has acetic acid and AHA, which will exfoliate your skin. It would also absorb natural oils, like excess oils from your skin. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid and AHA, which will exfoliate your skin, absorb excess oils from your skin. And apple cider vinegar, for it to work, the formula of this cream has to be acidic in nature. The next ingredient is penta-erythritol distearate, which is again synthetic, lab derived, and it's again skin conditioning. I mean, 10 to 11 skin conditioning and skin moisturizing ingredients. Why? But it's still there. Guys, the 12th ingredient is betaine. It is derived from sugar beets. Betaine is naturally present in your body and on your skin, but it can be plant derived or it can be synthetic. That means it can also be replicated in a lab. And betaine is osmolyte. That means it will help your skin adapt to moisture losses or moisture gains, and it is again a hydrant for your skin, a moisturizer. So the next ingredient is methyl methacrylate cross polymers. Polymers are nothing but the lot of monomers combined together, and this methyl methacrylate cross polymer would form film on your face, would feel like silicone, because like dimethicone, it would form a film on your face. And it is used in eye makeup, nail makeup, also hair, to give that silicone feeling and also that shine. So it's just like a plastic for your skin. Hey guys, so the preservative in Mamaearth's moisturizer is sodium benzoate, which is nothing but sodium hydroxide. When it combines with benzoic acid, it forms sodium benzoate. I'd like you to know something about this preservative. Not only does it keep your food or your cream stable for like 2 years, but if you mix ascorbic acid with sodium benzoate, it can produce benzene, which causes cancer. And benzene is known to cause cancer. You know that Neutrogena and so many sunscreens are now in the scum because benzene has been detected, and benzene is very harmful because it can cause cancer. And so yeah, this has sodium benzoate, which can convert to benzene if mixed with vitamin C's ascorbic acid form. Do you know that some people are actually allergic to sodium benzoate? That means they can actually develop rosacea or itching when they apply products containing sodium benzoate, or drink juices that contain sodium benzoate as preservative, because it's predominant, it's everywhere that you find sodium benzoate as a preservative being present. And also an independent study which was conducted in 2012 it did show that sodium benzoate can cause inflammation, and if a person drinks a lot of drinks or juices or colas that contain sodium benzoate as a preservative, that person can develop attention deficit disorder, which is also known as ADHD. So yeah, I mean, you should know about the products that you are putting into your body, on your skin. So eat as much natural as possible, apply as much natural as possible. I'm sure Mamaearth is using sodium benzoate in the requisite amount, but it is still something that you should know about. The next preservative in the Mamaearth's oil-free moisturizer is potassium sorbate, and potassium sorbate is a low-risk skin irritant. It's basically an acid preservative. It basically functions as a preservative for acidic mixture around the pH level 5 and 6, and this is an acidic moisturizer because it contains apple cider vinegar, and your skin's pH is also pretty acidic in nature, so it's like a moisturizer that suits your skin's pH, but again it contains a lot of chemical derived emollients, so you decide whether you want to go for it or not. The next ingredient, you guys, is diethyl hexyl carbonate. Well, diethyl hexyl carbonate is an oil-like ester, but it is used as a replacement for silicones. So basically it will give you this oil-like silicone feeling on your skin, and it will again moisturize your skin because it's an emollient, and again a chemical which is used in many sunscreens as well. Well, Mamaearth's moisturizer has so many emollients, and I'm like, when is the list coming to an end? But let's see. And the next ingredient is xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is a polysaccharide. Polysaccharide is nothing but a chain of sugar, and it is a food thickener, and xanthan gum is pretty safe for you. Okay, the second last ingredient, you guys, is alkyl acrylate C1030 alkyl acrylate cross polymer. It's acrylate C1030 alkyl acrylate cross polymer. So basically it's synthetic, it's film forming because it's a cross polymer, so that means, you know, it's like a silicone. It will kind of form a film on your face, and this might suffocate, you know, oily skin, because oily skin produces so much oil, and then you are forming a film on your skin. It might cause clogged pores on your skin. Any cross polymer, according to me, it does. It happens with me, so I'm talking from my personal experience. There is insufficient research on this, but it is deemed to be like pretty safe in the skincare industry, and many skincare products use this. And this is all I have to tell you about acrylate C1030 alkyl acrylate cross polymer. Okay guys, so the last ingredient, which I'm grateful for, thank God that the ingredient list is coming to an end, is an IFRA certified fragrance. So what is IFRA? It's International Fragrance Association Global Representative Body. So basically for fragrances, so basically people in this committee decide, you know, what are the fragrances which are suitable for skin and which will not irritate your skin. So they do extensive research to figure out such fragrance ingredients, and one of the fragrances is used in this product. I found the fragrance to be pretty much like the La Shield sunscreen fragrance, and I also find the feel of this moisturizer as very silicone-y, like primer like feel, and it makes sense after understanding the ingredient why it feels so silicone-y, though it doesn't have any silicones. And this moisturizer doesn't have any nutrition, no vitamins, no ceramides, no peptides to repair or help your skin. It would just moisturize your skin if you have dry skin condition, but don't expect this moisturizer to brighten your skin or cure your pimples as they claim. Nothing of that sort is gonna happen. It's just a basic moisturizer, and that's it. It would not really infuse your skin with any benefits. So if you want to use for short term, you know, moisturizer to cure your dry skin condition, so this is like good, but according to me, I would not use it for my face, because I would love to use something which is rich on nutrition for my skin, which it isn't. And that's my final thoughts on this Mamaearth's oil-free moisturizer. My final honest, brutally honest thoughts.